You are listening to the We Hired a Sitter for This podcast.
We hired a sitter for this.
We have a roster of like 7 sitters.
I'm spending $3,000 on paints.
Do you go to therapy?
Never have, nah.
There was a small fire. I put it out.
Real talk, the stakes are too high with my baby.
Comedy, parenting, married, life.
We do it all.
I'm a dad and I'm busy.
I have an opinion. I don't know if it'll be right, but
I'm Patrick.
my name is Gaston.
We hired a sitter.
I'm putting on this hat to make it look like it's a whole other week.
Woo. I've turned it backwards,
You go
yo.
backwards?
There you go. Crazy.
We're back.
Time traveling.
We're podcasting. It is September 18th, 2024, episode 154 of We Hired a Sitter for This. My name is Patrick Holbert.
I'm Gaston Monte.
And we're talking. We're talking parenting. We're talking comedy. We're talking life. We're talking Brooklyn.
That's what we do.
I was just sharing with Gastor how lucky I feel to live in a neighborhood where I have a home, I have an office, my daughter's school, I said to my office, the clubhouse I go to for the 12-step business. It's all like in this triangle, and I could just live the rest of my life here and not have to go anywhere else if I didn't want to.
It's beautiful to find that. Real talk.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
I like my neighbors, see the same people. Like, it's crazy, like, when Franny started going to the playground around, like, I guess 6 months old, we started bringing her over there and just, leaving her there for a couple hours by herself. We met so many parents, and that's how we found the daycare we took her to. We formed all these relationships with all these parents there. And, just like, we might be lifelong friends with some of these people just from, like, having a kid at the same time, having a little one at the same time as them. So it's like I don't know. I just feel so lucky. I love this neighborhood.
That's beautiful. Real talk. Shouts to Brooklyn, baby. Bushwick.
We got out of the neighborhood 2 weekends ago, though. Labor Day weekend. We went on this big camping trip. There's this like 12-step group that puts on this camping trip every year. So it's 300 sober alcoholics in the woods. And we took Franny there last year, and we took her again this year. And it is chaos. It's awesome, and it's beautiful.
Okay.
But man, a 4-year-old around 300 people who like are giving nothing but positive validation. Like, everybody loves her. Everybody was really helpful with her.
Okay.
But the chaos comes because of the sugar. There is so many snacks. Like it's the way this trip works, it's put on by a YMCA. Like the people that own the campground have nothing to do with the program, but they staff it. So there's cooks, there's like meals regularly. There's multiple like food tables around.
Okay.
And she must have had nothing but cookies the whole weekend. Like, there's just like sleeves of Oreos and Chips Ahoy and buckets of like plastic snack bags everywhere. So we couldn't just police her because they're all at eye level.
Yeah.
Like, she just walks up to a pavilion. There's like snacks. Of course, she's going to go for the thing that looks delicious and not the bananas. So we have a little gremlin on our hands right now. That was, 10 days ago or whatever, or 9 days ago. And now she is, she's obsessed with sweets, and we're like, we don't know how to stop this cookie monster.
You got to detox.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to see. I think the key to this is to put out shitty cookies.
Oh yeah, like
You know
Italian, like those.
Yeah.
Some of those weird Italian ones.
I like Italian cookies.
Well,
but
some of them are not great.
Are you buying from the Italian bakery or from the bodega? Because like if you buy like like you buying them prepackaged, it's not the same.
Well, my bias toward Italian cookies comes from when I was a kid, and like a random ass like second cousin of my mom, some like 90-year-old person from God knows where, just sends like Christmas cookies in the mail.
Oh yeah, that's terrible.
And like, you're like, what is this? This looks like it should be delicious, but it's not.
Nah, you got to go to a Italian bakery and get the real joint.
Yeah, Churco's next door. I
go.
like all theirs. Yeah,
real talk. They got a cookie that's just a cake. I don't even know how that works. It's just it's mad work to me.
Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy. Real talk.
It's trickery. It's wizardry.
Like, there's a cookie. I'm like, that's just a really little cake. But okay, I'm with it.
Man, by the way, I'm slipping. I keep bragging about my day count in front of you. I'm day 106 right now.
Woo.
No cookies. But yesterday I slipped a little bit. I took Franny to Knickerbocker Bagel over here.
Oh no.
She ordered a black and white cookie with her. We had a breakfast. See, now it's negotiations. It's like she wants sweets all day long. We're trying to detox her, but detox you have to taper. Like we're not like we're not horrible people. Like we can't be like no more nothing forever.
Yeah.
So anyway, she got a black and white cookie, and I had to have a bite. I took a bite.
I'm sorry,
and man,
bro.
it was.
Then you are at 0.
I'm keeping my day count. I'm keeping
How does
it.
that work? What are you
I'm just
counting at this
adjusting.
point?
You know what I'm
You're
adjusting?
just counting the date.
No, now I'm adjusting. Now I'm like, well, I didn't have a whole black and white cookie.
What if you have a bite of 10 cookies?
Yeah, then that would be a relapse. That would
Okay.
definitely be a relapse.
All right.
Because I view it differently from alcohol. If I have a sip of alcohol intentionally, that would that stuff gets so tricky. I would reset, you know. But
I got it. I'm very happy about your sober process and your sugar process. I recently saw a TV ad for a TV show, starring what's that dude from Monsters Ball with Holly Berry that nobody was happy.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's playing like a guy that like works in Texas and like the oil fields.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's at a bar and they ask him, "Hey, do you want a drink?" And he's like, I don't drink. I'm in recovery. Just give me a beer."
yeah.
And I just really enjoyed that line.
Dude, that's so real. That is so real, especially in Europe. If you go to Europe and you're like, I don't drink, they're like, you can have just wine.
Yeah.
We're not drinking. We're having wine.
We're having wine. Yeah. I don't know. It like the way he delivers it. I was like, that is perfect.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah, man.
But I would tell you that I would try giving her leaving. Don't even give them to her. Just make her think she's picking the cookie.
Yeah.
And that they no longer taste good.
Yeah.
Like, you bring out cookies that look like they're good.
Yeah, not the Oreos. Get the Hydrox.
Yeah, and old Hydrox at that. Yo, just put them out.
Stale.
No, you don't want this no more.
Yeah.
And when she doesn't eat them, be like, oh, maybe you're growing up.
Yeah.
Your palate is changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should try the banana again.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And now it's a good alternative, and she thinks this is what she's supposed to eat.
Yeah.
Boom. Full circle, baby.
Dude, it's like, and then
key to parenting is lying to your kids.
Yeah, totally. Well, bending the truth.
Bending the truth.
I picked her up I think only one day. She's been to school twice last week. So it was her first day of school. I pick her up, and right outside the door, it's an ice cream truck and an ice cream cart.
Damn.
We got them from both angles. The lady with the little cart with the bike horn on it.
Yeah.
And then the truck with the full song, and it's $2.20. I'm like not yet. Like you're gonna get a treat before bed. I can't get it now and then also later. So I said no in a gentle way, and she just like collapsed on the sidewalk, had a full meltdown, and then I'm like, I got the scooter in my hand, I got the tote bag, I got her helmet, and I'm like, come over here, you're in everybody's way. Like she's just like full drama on the sidewalk over not getting ice cream. And then her buddy Charlie, who she's known for years, they did go to get to the ice cream truck, so she sees him getting ice cream.
Oh my
and
God.
I'm like, let's just go across the street. So I gotta like physically pick her up, and it's just like, damn. And I relate because I love ice cream. I want to have it every day also, or every meal also. I want sugar after every time I eat something.
Yeah.
My body wants some kind of delicious something. And that camping trip, man, she just went all out, and like we couldn't stop her. It was just too available.
Right.
It's so funny that we're there with all these people working on their addiction problem, and like this is the one addiction that she has access to. And it probably got created during this trip.
I was gonna ask, is that a thing amongst like addicts? Like replace it with the sugar?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people will just like, they say, especially in early recovery, it's like, yeah, if you want to drink, have a milkshake, see if you still want to drink. Like just eat whatever. Like don't give yourself too many rules or restrictions because you're doing a major thing by taking away drugs and alcohol. So like, I definitely did. Like that's why I'm trying to work on my junk food thing now, because I eat ice cream the way I drank. Like I eat it to medicate, to numb out, to emotionally soothe myself, and that's just it's not sustainable anymore. But in my first year, in your first year or two, that's totally
You
appropriate.
got to get over the hurdle, yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine.
Huh.
And then I think a trip like this, it's more like, I mean, they had meals, they had real food, they had good healthy food too, but I think it's more a part of the socializing thing, or just like they just want people to feel taken care of, I guess. But it's hard to not resent these people for having literal buckets of candy just available constantly.
Oh man. First I want to say fuck Charlie. Okay.
Yeah.
Real talk. Causing problems. I don't like all the Charlies. Charlies are always problems.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Bad example. Real talk. Your parents soft. You know what I mean? Just giving into this ice cream whims at 220. Terrible parenting. Only excuse is if it's Charlie's grandparents.
Yes.
They're not allowed.
Yes.
I
grandparents really undermine, right?
Real talk. And it's allowed. It makes sense to me.
Yeah.
You need it. You need an adult that you could be like, yo, let's be silly for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think that matters. I think you need to know that, because I think it starts giving you the read on how to like read trust in adults.
Yeah.
Your parents give you some of that, but they give you the serious side of it.
Yeah.
You need to like trust like just fun people too, and
yeah,
you got to figure out how to like read that versus danger.
Cause I'm like, yeah, she needs somebody who is gonna give like the fun reminder that desserts are fun. Cause I'm in her ear going, friend, you got to understand sugar is poison.
Yeah.
It ruins your body. It will make your teeth have holes in them. It makes your muscles change.
All true.
You get very weak if you eat too much of it. Some people get very sick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just going for it with this like these scare tactics.
You can't watch CNN and Fox only. You got to watch both.
Yeah.
You got to understand what's happening in the world. You might believe one more than the other, but you got to like watch both to understand the full picture of a thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but I don't think it makes zero sense to her, because once she gets a lollipop that's like just solid high fructose corn syrup, like all that goes out the window. Like there's no logic. It's like, this is so delicious. How can I think of anything else? Like, how could I not want this all the time? So yeah, we're doing a lot of lollipop negotiations. It's terrible.
Real talk, yo. You're stuck. So don't be like that for a bit.
But I'm proud of this kid. She did so good on the trip. We slept in a tent 3 nights in a row.
Whoa, hell yeah. As a city kid, that's pretty big.
She's pissing and pooping in the woods in her potty.
You know what? I take it back. I've been teasing you for weeks about this nature camp.
Yeah.
It was all prep work.
Dude, totally. She was climbing trees, swimming in a lake,
oh,
rowboating.
Shouts to Franny.
Within minutes of getting there, we show up. We've been to this place 3 times now. We have our little secret place where we want to put up our tent, because we're old people. We don't want to be around all the young people who stay up all night playing Mafia.
Okay.
So we set up our tent, and I start getting woozy. And this is after a day of driving. And I'm like, I gotta eat. And we had stopped at Walmart to get some sad Walmart deli sandwiches and just crap to eat for dinner, because that night they don't make dinner the first night. Anyway, I'm like, I'm woozy. I gotta eat before I finish the tent. I sit down. I open this Italian sandwich that's like shrink wrap, like made in a factory. Like this is, I don't even know if it's real meat. It's like pepperoni and salami and ham or whatever. And I open it, and the bread is like got that cheddar cheese baked into it, or some kind of cheese, Asiago maybe. I open it, and it smells like good, and I start eating it. I'm putting mayo on it. I'm eating, and I'm just into the sandwich, because my body is like, I don't know why. I was like maybe having a diabetic thing myself. I don't know. I'm eating, and I look up, and Franny's like she's got a new fold-out chair, looking at her iPad or whatever. Ross is doing other tasks. We're setting up our camp. It's like,
okay,
we're frontier people.
Hell yeah.
And I
Roughing
look up.
Walmart sandwiches.
Yeah. I look up, there's a bear approaching.
Whoa.
Out of nowhere. Like, just like, I'm like, I see a fucking bear strolling toward us. He must have smelled my sandwich. He's like, I don't know what that is, but I want it. And this thing's just casually walking toward us. And I just said to Ross, I was like, pick Franny up and get in the car.
Yo.
And she's like, why? I was like, just do it. And she does. She scoops her up. I like quietly wrap my sad sandwich back into its sleeve. And then I get in the front seat of the car, and this bear comes right up to the car, sniffing around, looking around. Franny is a total champ, not scared at all.
Yo.
She's like, can we get out and pet it? Like, we're like, this is not the zoo. Like, this is a wild animal. We have to be careful. And we sit in the car for like 5 minutes while this thing sniffs around our site, sniffing for food. And we're like, what the fuck? Do we have to like leave this secret spot we like? Because the tent is halfway set up, and it's a new tent, and it's complicated.
How far are you from the other campers?
Probably like 100 yards. Because this is
Wow,
also while
okay.
people are still arriving too. So like we're like down this back trail behind like the bathroom complex,
Okay.
and it's probably like 50 to 80 yards from these bathrooms. And I was amazed that there was a bear this close to where it's like populated, you know?
Oh.
But yeah, the bear kind of waddles off, and then we sat in the car, and yeah, I got a bunch of video of it. I should maybe I'll put it on the end of this. But Franny the whole time was just like really curious about it,
That's
wanted
awesome.
to go like talk to it. At one point she did, in the footage you can hear her go, are we gonna die?
That's a good instinct,
And
Franny.
we're like,
okay.
no, we're not gonna die. But,
I'm glad Brooklyn is working.
yeah,
Okay?
but this thing was beautiful, but also like it wasn't enormous. It was like, I don't know, like a medium-sized bear, but it was crazy, man.
See, what we just heard is the story of Franny trying to fight her white instincts. Okay?
Yes.
White people, y'all keep getting killed by these animals.
Yeah.
Animals are where animals are.
Yes.
First, we heard about Patrick saying, hey, I had some time off. You know where I want to go? Where it's dangerous.
Yeah.
I'm going to go chill with the animals. He goes to chill with the animals. They get there. There's other people there, but he's like, nah, I don't want to be around the people. I want
Let's
to
get further into the woods.
Let's go further into the woods, further into the animal's place.
Yeah.
Then he's surprised when the animal's like, yo, what's up? What you doing in my home?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You in his area. This is the animal's crib, but Patrick's like, yo, I'm just trying to share this space.
Let me eat this sandwich full of odoriferous meats.
You know what I mean?
Why is this thing coming toward us?
What's going on here? You know what I mean? It's confused.
Yeah.
You know? Fun fact, I can't say from experience, but I feel highly confident saying that this is a fact. Bears can't tell the difference between sandwiches and people. I think
Yeah.
all of that shit just looks like edible.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like when you are eating a beautiful smelling sandwich in front of a bear, it just looks like you are that.
Yeah.
Like you smell like the thing.
I'm a walking, talking hot dog.
Real talk. So like every bite you took was just cementing that idea. Like, oh, he's just licking his hand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how delicious he is. He can't stop eating himself.
I actually wonder about that. I think animals have gotten addicted to the same foods we're addicted to now.
Yeah.
Like you see like pigeons and raccoons around here like going through trash. I've only seen a raccoon once on this street. It's kind of crazy to see a city raccoon actually. And rats also. Like I think they love donuts and stuff too.
That stuff is addicting to any animal.
Yeah. All that sugar.
Real talk.
So yeah, I'm curious if this bear must be like, oh, the camp is over there. They leave all this trash out. That's where I can get easy meals.
I
But
think
yeah,
this-
Franny, I do wonder, like, would it have, if we just stayed out, would it have gone straight for her because she's like
Yeah.
smaller and
She's
like,
a sandwich.
yeah, she's like a taquito.
Real talk. I also think we overthink this stuff. I think that's the bear's home,
Yeah.
and he's like Airbnb-ing it to y'all.
Yes.
And he was like, oh, let me get up out the way. These people showing up. And like, they were halfway across town. Maybe they were doing a city trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You went out to see nature. They went out to see the neighborhood,
Yeah.
you know, and he pulled off and like they show up. They're setting up in the city. They're in the condo they rented out. And the mama bear is like, yo, honey, I only drink Bustelo. And like, he's like, shit, I got to go back. And
Yeah.
like, so he tried to tiptoe
Right.
to the coffee in the kitchen and you was there. He was trying to go unnoticed.
Yeah.
That was it, you know. And then like when he couldn't find it, he was just knocking on the window to call. Hey, did you? You
Yeah.
can have the rest of it. I just need enough for the couple
Yeah.
days we out of town.
Yeah, which by the way, he would have found plenty of coffee. It's insane how much coffee gets cooked at a sober retreat. Yeah, and then he shows up. He's like, these people were supposed to rent the Airbnb, not my house.
Yeah.
Like they're in the woods where we stay.
Real talk. You're supposed to stay in the guest house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What are you doing over here? This is my area.
This is the main.
Come on, this is the main house.
Yeah. Yeah, and I actually, we also were like, because it wasn't big enough to be like the parent bear. We're like, is the parents of this bear gonna come kill us? Like, it was confusing and confounding and exciting and beautiful, but also like. So then we got to go talk to the people at the camp to be like, hey, this thing came toward us. Do we need to change where we put the tent? And they were like, don't have food there anymore. And and they're more scared of us. You know, they're more scared of us than we are of them thing. So just the advice was just yell at it, and it'll stay away.
Real talk. All that sounded was like, yo, stay there so that if something happened to you, we know.
yeah. We'll have, you're the canary in the coal mine for
Real
us.
talk. Oh man, yo, I'm glad you guys have made it out. 100%. Once again, this is another story that reminds me, that I'm very happy that Ross is there for most of this stuff.
Oh yeah.
You need two parents.
I think she could kill a bear if she had. If it did come for Franny, it would probably be Ross to be the one that would clobber it.
I don't know if she'd win the fight, but I feel confident that she can grab Franny and shove you in front of the bear.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like I said, I really feel like this parenting journey is gonna end with Ross telling your story.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like, yeah, yo,
For
he
the
sacrificed
documentary.
for us, you know. There we go. Word up.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill a motherfucking bear for my family. Okay, bye.
Boom.
I thought we would get a guest appearance today.
Real talk, yo. I'm telling you. She'd be like, yeah, yo, your dad was a good man. Bears love him. Found him delicious. And now you're in high school.
Did you see the Will Ferrell movie with the avalanche? They're on a ski trip and an avalanche approaches.
No.
It's more of a drama. It's him and Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay.
And they're on a deck after skiing, and an avalanche starts coming. And the premise is that he doesn't like help his family. Like he like
Whoa.
helps himself first, and the wife realizes, oh, he's like for himself, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and I think I'm scared that I would make a big show of like, I'll get the car. Like, don't worry, I'm going to get the car. Let me start the car. You guys, I'll come get you. But really, I'm like doing it for self-preservation. It's really interesting. I'm curious. Thankfully, Ross gave me a lot of credit for keeping my cool, and I just
There
said,
you go.
get Franny in the car. We're going to be okay. But like, if this thing just came running at us, I don't know. I wonder what my instincts would make me do. Like, would I protect myself first, or would I like get in front of them? You really can't know until like, you know, the thing is coming for you.
Nah,
you know?
I disagree. I think you know. I think you know now.
Yeah.
I think you don't know when it's coming for you and it's not your kid.
Yeah.
But I think once it's your kid, I think you'd be surprised how like weird that instinct is to protect your kid.
Yeah. You just like jump in front.
Yeah,
of,
you
like,
do dumb shit for your kid.
Yeah.
And I think you've demonstrated that already. That like your kid comes first.
Yeah. I when I was a teenager, I was walking to work. I left my house. I walked out the front of my house, and this is a small neighborhood, and I must have been in 9th grade, 10th grade. And as I walked out the front door, I see a toddler in the front seat of a car that's running. The toddler put the car in reverse, and you know the car just starts rolling.
Okay.
And the door is wide open. What happened was the parent had pulled up to my neighbor's house to pick up the other kids from the babysitter, and left the toddler in the car, and the toddler climbed up, put the car in gear, and the car starts rolling down my street. And I was the one in the position where I could have run into the car and hit the brake and stop the whole situation, but I had a freeze response.
Okay.
I was just like, this is too crazy what's happening right now. I don't know what I was thinking, but I just watched it happen, and the car rolled down into the next street. It rolled all the way down the block, and the mechanic next door, he ran around the car, tried to get into the car. He couldn't do it, and he kind of fell down. He didn't get run over or anything, and then the car smashed into an apartment building. Probably
Wow.
only at like 10 or 15 miles an hour. Like nobody got hurt,
Okay.
but I've remembered that incident as an example of why I'm not a hero. Like why my makeup is like I'll freeze before I'll actually jump in front of danger. Or
Can I give you a
whatever.
positive spin?
Yes, please.
You're not a hero. You're a witness.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
You're there to document, Patrick.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
Real talk.
Yeah.
You
and-
told that mechanic's story. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's beautiful.
I just want to jump in here
Yeah.
real quick. What a treat for the viewer and the listener, right? When we got into that motorcycle accident
Oh yeah.
and just like the contrast in our reactions.
Oh yeah.
Like, yes, I react, but maybe to a dangerous
Yeah.
point. Whereas you were like, we got to get to safety and get out of the road. And I was busy trying to chase down the car, screaming profanities at him with my helmet still on.
Yeah, you were gonna use the helmet as a weapon.
Yeah,
I like
which
this.
obviously he couldn't hear me because I was inside the fucking helmet. And meanwhile, you got us to safety
That's beautiful.
and somehow saw the license plate number. You were like, get the license plate. And I was like, motherfucker. So I accomplished nothing.
Patrick is
he's
about
a-
saving the family.
That's right.
Okay.
Secret hero.
Ross is about avenging the family. Okay.
Yes.
Real talk. All right. And different movies. Okay. But they're
Yeah.
both great. You got to watch them.
Yeah, she's John Wick. I don't know who that makes me, but I'm like, let's just regroup. And she's like, let's incite violence.
Hey, man. Real talk. I like it.
Man, we just had our first 3-way podcast.
Boom. We out here, baby.
I mean, the viewers are going to demand that we do that again sometime with all three of us on the mic.
In 154 more episodes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
we got to keep y'all watching. Okay.
Yeah, I think I detach. I like detach and slow down in moments of crisis. I'm proud to say I'm pretty cool.
Yeah. I think that's a
I
good
stay
way to handle it.
But then it's like the minor stuff I get fucking so pissed about. Like I actually, speaking of license plate numbers, twice now in the last two of these apartment shows, driving to them, I've gotten crazy drivers behind me, like yelling stuff at me or honking too much. When somebody honks too much and there's nothing I can do about what's in front of me,
Yeah.
it just annoys me. It's like you're contributing to noise pollution. You're making this all worse for everybody. Like we all just got to stay cool and calm because there's a mess in front of us. It's going to be fine. But this one guy, he's like trying to get around me in certain situations at certain intersections. He's honking at every single intersection. And finally, I just started fantasizing about breaking his windows. And I took a picture of his license plate when he did finally like maneuver around me.
Yeah.
And I was stuck behind him and hundreds of other cars. There was nowhere for him to go. Anyway, doesn't matter. I took a picture of his license plate number because I'm going to go do something to him. Like I'm going to find him. Like I have this fantasy of doing like something crazy, like smashing his windows in or something.
I like the side of you, Patrick. This
And
is
I'm
dope.
like, literally nothing happened, like he beeped too much and that's annoying. And then the same thing the other night at the show you did, this guy, I was parallel parking and I apparently wasn't doing it fast enough for this kid. He shouts, and then when he does have enough room to go by, he stops to then call me horrible names and then to drive off.
Yeah.
And I got his number too. And I'm like, I'm gonna go to the Army surplus store and get a slingshot and a bunch of heavy lead balls. And I'm gonna track these cars down
I love this.
and go do some horrible shit. And yeah, it's interesting how I can stay cool and calm in the moment when there's a bear attack or we do literally get hit by a car. But with this minor stuff that feels like an affront to me as a person, I want to go do violence.
I got to tell you, I want to be a positive influence, but I can't. No, I support all of this. This is beautiful. I think there's certain things, certain lines that shouldn't be crossed. A.
Yeah.
B. I think minor revenge is important.
Yeah.
I'm
also
about
think
this.
if I do it with a message, like if I put a little note, you know how you wrap a note around a brick and you throw it around into the person's house?
Yeah.
If I do that with the lead ball and I say, this is for September 5th, 2024. Don't be so rude. maybe people would drive better if they knew there was consequences.
I see why we're friends now. Real talk. Ask Gabby about this next time you see her. When I was like 19, I started driving.
Yeah.
Whenever I printed out a bunch of papers that said cars don't hurt. And every time somebody would do something stupid that was like accident worthy and I was driving, I would like honk at them, wave them over with a smile and give them a flyer. And then just drive off.
And it said cars don't hurt?
It said cars don't hurt. And it was
meaning like you can
I can for real kill you with this car.
Yeah.
You did something very stupid right now. And I was just doing it for years. I was just giving out flyers. Yo, cars don't hurt, and just like thumbs up, and just saying you have a good day. And like I was just like overly nice about it, and it was very confusing to all these people. Like they would cut me off, like jaywalking,
like a madman gave me a mystery message.
And like and Gabby was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was like, I gotta get back somehow.
It's psychological warfare.
I was like, I need them to know they did something stupid, and when they tell the story, I'm hoping that if I told them, they would be like, nah, they're gonna stand their ground. I want them to tell the story to their friends, and most friends would be like, yo, you were stupid, actually.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of funny that they gave you the flyer, and I think it would hit the message better. So I was like, this was in like a time.
But what's the implication? Cars don't hurt, but people do. Like, but I can hurt you.
The idea being that like you did something stupid, and like you're acting like this car don't hurt. So I'm like sarcastically reaffirming your future death idea.
Okay.
You know? And I wanted to like, I had like an idea of literally like making a website, Cars Don't Hurt, with like fake facts of like, did you know that if a car hits you at under 50 miles per hour, you only get a scratch?
Yeah.
Like weird shit.
Yeah.
And like, I really was like spending way too much time on this not job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had different color flyers. I would switch them up by the seasons. And like, if I was driving through like if I was gonna be in Queens, where like I knew there was like Woodhaven and certain streets that like people do stupid shit on.
Yeah.
I would tell friends like, yo, you can't sit shotgun unless you're gonna help me with the flyers.
Right.
And like it was a thing. I did it for years.
Yeah.
Cars don't hurt, baby.
I mean, there's just so many things that driving in the city can kick up. Like I'm amazed that you prefer driving to gigs and stuff like that. Like I avoid driving at all costs, especially now with the bike system. Like if I can bike somewhere, like I biked last night from Cobble Hill to Maspeth, Queens, and it took 38 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
But like it was so much better than like I know the traffic, and there were so many block parties last night. Like
I get you. My fear is that like if I get in a car accident, other people die.
Yeah.
Like in a bike, admittedly, it's usually you.
No,
that's my fear. So like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It just like kicks up so many things that I hate about humanity. Like my biggest pet peeve is people that don't know the size of their own car. Like if I'm behind one more person who doesn't think they can get between the FedEx truck and the other cars on the other side, and it's clear that they have like a foot of leeway on both sides.
Yeah.
I want to get out and lecture them on how they should take the time to learn the dimensions of their car, and they can learn how to be more comfortable driving in these scenarios. And if they don't want to do that work, maybe they shouldn't be driving in New York City. And I want to be like a dick about it.
I see, but my dad does that shit. My dad got out of a car once. He's like, you can hug your car.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't touch these two cars with your arms spread out, but you can hug your car. That means the car fits.
Right.
This is me hugging your car. He did all. I've had the speech yelled in front of me. To other drivers several times.
Oh, that's a great way to envision that.
Yeah, literally, he just goes in front of their car. He's like, I could hug your car.
Yeah.
And he's like, I could hug. And he's like, I know it because I could hug every car. He's like, there's no car that's a regular car that you can't hug. And he's like, I know. And he used to park cars.
I think you and your dad should go work for the transit department and be like the what is Peter Buttigieg's job? Is like the czar of transportation or whatever.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you guys should be in charge. I'm both of your styles.
I'm with it.
Cars don't hurt, and I can hug your car.
I can hug
Those
your
are
car.
not bad platforms to run on.
I'm with it. Simple campaigns work.
And oh my God, and it's just like I don't know. It's like the most insane I've ever felt, the most like vindictive and violent I've ever felt is usually when I'm behind the wheel.
Can you look up a license plate? Like how do you find the home?
You can't. I wrote them down in a Word document or a notes document just thinking maybe I'll see them again and I can cross-reference and I can track them down.
Okay.
No, you can't. I think the police can.
Right. I'm sure they can, but like I didn't think there was like a community way to do that.
No, there's no way to do it. It's I'm literally like hoping that I just come across these people again.
Like, you know who can't do anything stupid? The Teslas in Bushwick. There's only like 3 of them.
Yeah. The,
you know what
the
I mean?
trucks, you mean?
Yeah, if they do some wild Tesla truck thing,
yeah,
I'm gonna know where to find you.
Well, one guy put his tag name on his, the To
That's
the
wild
Moon
work.
guy.
Yeah.
He's got one with his tag on it, and I'm like, yeah, I want a Toyota Camry for the rest of my life, like a gray, nondescript car that nobody knows it's my car. Like, I don't want people messing with my stuff.
Yeah, I'm okay with people knowing my car, but I want it to be old. Like I know I want a 1989 Lexus LS4. It was a beautiful car when it came out. It's an old ass car now, but I like it. I like the look of it. Like the body. Somebody sees it's worth $2,000.
It's sleek yet angular, right? Yeah. I remember that one.
It's a nice car, but it's old, so it doesn't cost a lot.
Yeah.
It means a lot to me. You know, I feel like I'd be paid in full. You know?
Yeah.
I'm about that car. I want that car.
Yeah.
Be it.
Yeah, driving, man. Be careful out there, folks, especially if you got kids in the car. What do you think about the baby on board sign? Some people think that it's a virtue signal. We put the baby on board sign because it's like we got a kid in the car.
What does it accomplish?
And we gotta be. We want people to know.
To know what?
We also ours is French. It says "bébé à bord," and it's like I think it's a Schitt's Creek reference, maybe.
I feel like all it does is tell people you can rob me for car seats. Cause like,
are car seats valuable?
They're like $200.
But like, yeah, like valuable enough. You think people are breaking in and stealing car seats?
No, maybe not. But I just want to give them an extra reason to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just like I feel like for you to see the sign, you have to be walking distance from you have to be that close. You don't see it from another car usually.
Yeah, but you know what the yellow square means.
Well, yellow square.
The yellow square of the baby aboard. Is that what you're saying?
See, I didn't even know.
Or you're saying
any baby on board sign. Like I feel like you have. Like I didn't even know that's what it looked like.
Well, one sign I do think is dangerous is the one that they list how many family members are in the family.
Yeah,
like
that's wild.
This how many kids we have. Like that, you don't really want to be sharing with strangers.
Yeah. What if you put extra kids on purpose?
Oh yeah, and you start eliminating them one by one.
I like that. And it also just keeps people on their toes. Like, there's 8 people in this family.
Yeah.
Watch out. 6 adults, 2 kids.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're getting into.
Who knows what they're capable of?
Welcome to Bushwick, okay?
But yeah, if the bear sees that, then the bear's like, I'll just eat 3 of those.
And I'm still leaving the full family.
Yeah.
Is that really a crime, bear?
Yeah.
You know? I like that. Yeah, I'm pro driving. I still think it's relaxing. I find it soothing. I like going out at night and driving. I like the sound of the car. I like both extremes. I like listening to music when I drive. Sometimes I just want to hear the noise.
Yeah.
Of the car and the road. I think it feels good. It's calming.
I mean, a night drive when it's easy and there's not like traffic. Like the other night, I thought I had one of those shows in Midtown, and I got to drive for all these gigs because I have a car full of gear.
Yeah.
I'm coming. I'm like, all right, gig's over. Went well tonight. I'm gonna have a nice drive through Manhattan and then the tunnel and then Queens and then back to Brooklyn. I'll blare some music and fucking tennis traffic. I got stuck behind multiple U.S. Open Mercedes SUVs that were probably driving some rich ass tennis players or broke tennis players, whatever.
Yeah.
Fancy people are getting driven around because of the U.S. Open, and I'm stuck behind them. The light, like so much congestion at 10:30 at night when it's supposed to be nice to drive home.
All right.
It's I'm like, it just makes me such a crank.
Talking about campaigns, I once wanted to. I dreamed of becoming mayor, but only so that I could get disapproved. I feel like every New Yorker.
You wanted an ever lowering disapproval rating.
What
is that? What you're saying? Disapproved?
No. I want every New Yorker
get disapproved.
Okay. Yeah, I want every New Yorker to be given 1 hour every 4 years, every term, where they are the only car in New York.
Oh, that would be fun.
You know what I mean?
That would be fun.
That's a perk. I feel like that
Well,
would
the
give people
math doesn't math. I mean, every New Yorker
in the borough, maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
in your area. But
I
I
mean-
feel like there's a way of doing that where, like,
even if it
For
was
peace of
100
mind.
people.
yeah,
Yeah.
like for peace of mind, I think that has a lot of beauty of it. You get to
Yeah.
enjoy it. You get to invite people if you wanted to, or keep the car to yourself.
That's fun.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
I think there's something to it.
And you would know when your day's
You
coming
know when your
up.
day's coming up, you can
Could
plan it.
you rent a car? Like, could I rent a Lamborghini for that day?
Yeah, why not?
It's my day.
It's your day.
That's beautiful.
I'm telling you, I think it'd be cool.
Have you watched YouTube videos of people circumnavigating Manhattan in their cars, and they try to break the record for like how
No.
quickly to do that? It's really cool and really dangerous and selfish and horrible, but it's cool.
Oh.
People will try to. I think the record is like 28 minutes or whatever.
That's
I
incredible.
actually don't know what the record is, but they soup up their cars. They get GoPro cameras to shoot the dash and the traffic ahead, and they'll try to pick the sweet spot of time of night, like 3-4 in the morning.
Yeah.
And they'll start at one point and take the West Side Highway all the way down, and then up the FDR and all the way up.
That's
And,
fire.
It's a whole underground contest to see who can do it
Yeah.
the fastest, and then they'll post a video and try not to like reveal their
Who they are,
identity.
yeah.
Because it is crazy because you're breaking so many laws while doing it. But yeah, I can't.
I love that.
Yeah.
I know there's I've read articles of people doing the cross country one
Yes.
where like they'll literally like rent a car and like take out the seats and replace it with tanks.
Like tanks.
so
Yeah.
that they could like
yeah,
only do one refill the
yeah,
whole drive.
That's nuts.
I love that shit. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah. That like taps into everything that it means to be like a dude. you
Yeah,
know?
those are all guy dreams.
Yeah, yeah. I was doing crazy stuff on the bike when I had the motorcycle for I guess 4 years, and I rode it a lot for 2 years, and I was doing crazy stuff where I was like, all right, I'm leaving East Village. I got home last night in 15 minutes. Let's get home tonight in 14 minutes. Started
wow.
rolling through stop signs and red lights in certain areas where I knew there weren't cameras.
See, I never had
It's
that.
like,
I never have that
Yeah.
urge. I want to know people to do that, but I like being safe.
yeah,
Real talk.
I mean, it's like life and death. Like, and it's definitely changed now that, like, as a parent, I'm like, I can't be doing that stuff. And also, yeah, you just never know what chaos someone else is causing. Like, who else is not obeying traffic rule? I don't need
Yeah.
to.
What if your competitors out there? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Someone else trying to break the New York time record or something.
yeah.
You over here trying to break it on a bike or something.
Yeah, I'm slowly trying to ease out of my fast and furious phase and into my slow and steady and conscientious phase.
Amen. Real talk. You'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for you, bro.
Do you think either of your children have like a thrill-seeking
100%. My daughter
aspect?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves all of those like crazy rides.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was doing them like there was I forget what you would call that, but like you hang from a rope and go across.
Zip line.
Zip line.
Yeah.
She zip lined when she was 7.
Whoa.
Yeah, there was like a zip line set up in at the Regal at the Cooper Mall.
Oh, yeah,
Regal in
yeah, yeah.
Queens.
Yeah.
It was set up there, and like like we had to like we were like, yo, is this okay for her to ride it? And they're like, I mean, if you're okay with it, you know
They're
what I
like,
mean?
just sign these papers.
Yeah, straight up.
Don't read too close what it says because it'll horrify you.
And like I remember, I'm like, how many kids do this? I was like, no kids do this, but
Yeah.
we're not against kids doing it. You know, it's safe. There's stuff like under. It's just that no kid is asked to do it. It's all
Like the
adults.
strength.
Yeah, but yeah, everything is strong enough for her because it's strong enough for adults.
Yeah.
And Gabby was like, I was like, you want to do it, honey? She's like, I don't want to do that. And I asked, Aiden's scared. He doesn't do that till he was 6.
Yeah.
But she was like, hell yeah. She's like, I want to do that. And we put her up, and there's a video of it. She's like going across,
That's crazy.
screaming up. And like every time we go on trips, we got to like allocate time to do every one of the crazy roller coasters twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
She loves all of that stuff. She has always been about that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's her. It's definitely her. Because it's like I'm not against it, but I'm not like seeking it.
Right.
Gabby doesn't like that stuff. Aiden doesn't like that stuff, but she's been about it from jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, it's good to know. You see it too from little, like certain kids, like they jump sofa to sofa, and then they're like, oh, this sofa's too close, and they'll push the sofa further
Yeah.
just to challenge themselves. That's been her.
Yeah.
So,
We're seeing some of that. Just yesterday at the playground, Franny like asked me to put her on top of like certain things that she can't climb to the top of.
yeah.
And I'll help and I'll spot her, and like she's standing up on the swings and like on the certain swings that aren't meant to be stood on, and like I'm like, all right, it's your.
I mean, you didn't get it from her trying to befriend bears?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was pretty crazy as a kid too. So, but yeah, my cousin Shane would go extra past the crazy stuff we did. So, I think she's still within the regular thrill-seeking curiosity. If she starts doing Shane stuff, then I know I'm in trouble.
Oh yeah, shouts to Four Finger Shane, yo. Real talk.
Shane,
One-eyed Shane, yo.
Dude, it's crazy that he has 10 fingers still, because he was real into. We got into fireworks together. He had that phase, potato guns.
Oh
yeah, the bike stuff, skateboard, rollerblade stuff.
Shane
dirt
like
bikes and motorcycles. Man.
Shane sound like the kind of dude that like every time he goes to the beach he has to explain a lot of marks on his back.
yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, nah, I forgot about that one. You know what I mean? That was 96.
Yeah, no, he's got some stories, and he's got 3 kids. And I'm like, those are all gonna be bruisers too. Like the oldest is like a football star.
Hell yeah.
Like little, he's probably 10 or 11 now. But yeah, like looks like a big, strong kid, killing it.
I hope that kid switches to poetry so hard just to mess with Shane.
Yeah.
Challenge Shane.
Well, that's the thing. Shane is also very sensitive and deep, and just like he's somebody that I'm like, I wish we lived closer, and we're in better touch.
There you go.
Because I'm like, it's interesting to see him become a man, like knowing the kind of stuff we got into as kids. Like it's he's a good guy.
4-finger green tea drinking Shane.
Yeah.
Real talk. Earthy Shane. I like that for you, Shane.
Yeah, man.
Real talk. You wear a lot of brown and pastels.
But put him on a motorcycle and he'll go 100 miles an hour just as soon as possible.
Yeah, I think certain people that doesn't go away. That's who they are. They are like that for life.
Yeah, he was working on cell phone towers for a while. He might still be doing it. Like, those, I don't know if that comes up on your algorithm where it's like people climbing to the top of towers with like a little clip just to keep you safe. He does that for work, like, and for a good reason, like that.
Yeah, that's a person.
Yeah, that's like a.
Cause I didn't think I was scared of heights. I told you this, dead ass. We did this show recently at one of these buildings.
Yeah,
it was outdoors, and like the view was gorgeous, and everybody was like, "Yo, you gonna love this view." And like I walk in, and the view was stunning. And the closer I got to the edge to enjoy the view, the more nervous I got.
Yeah,
and I can't imagine climbing towers or poles to fix telephones. That height was wild.
Yeah, no, that is crazy. You look over and I definitely had like a woozy feeling for a moment, because that's unsurvivable.
Yeah, and like that I know it's designed and engineered to work.
Yeah,
but the fence was a glass that was waist height.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I could shove someone over that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could trip in a certain way that I could fall over this.
I feel like if you have a dog that's rambunctious enough, like that dog could just go over.
Easy.
Yeah.
On the wrong day thinking, oh, there's a snack over there, and just jump.
I also have like my speaker stand, like I put it up and it's like, it's a little shaky. There's a couple screws loose. And I'm like, this is not high enough. So I'm like pulling the stand away from the edge, because that would be embarrassing if I lost half my equipment.
I will say it does say
stiff wind.
It does say no pets.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
That's good.
I remember reading that. Like,
that's
it
good.
does say no pets, no children unaccompanied. No apartment could have more than 4 guests at a time. So I think they had like a limit to people that could be there.
Yeah.
And I think these are all concerns of that glass divider that they have as a fence.
They should have nets. I mean, that's like
real talk.
If you're like, if somebody's like,
yo, but imagine being on the net. Yo, that's a story right there.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm against the net. I feel like the net would encourage people to jump or like to be
try
riskier.
to clear the net.
I think I feel like the net would be like, yo, if you try to get on the other side, because if you fall on the net anyway.
Yeah.
and like people will be taking funny pictures.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm against the net. You got to know what you're getting into if you're up there.
Yeah.
But stunning view.
Yeah. I mean, it's like crazy. Like you could see every neighborhood of New York from the top of that building. And man, those buildings raise a lot of questions for me, and they kick up a lot of shit for me, because I'm just like, who are these people that can afford to live here? Do they even have a sense of humor? Are they even enjoying this? Like, do they know what it's like to live in a 1-bedroom with a dog and a kid? And like, will they ever have these things? Like, yeah, like some of these people, I'm just like, where do you come from? You know?
I think there's a mix there for sure. I think there's people that are like, I definitely feel there's a lot of young people who are new in tech finance.
Yeah.
And like this is not their dream location to live, but it's actually like ideal for them. Like they're like, this is close to work.
Yeah.
So they're there sharing space. So I don't think those people are evil.
Yeah.
I think their bosses might be.
Right.
And I think those people are there too. I think there's definitely people, like whenever we do these shows, there's people that like I'm genuinely like proud to see there. It looks like, yo, you made it.
And
they
like, worked hard.
Yeah, you worked hard. You earned this condo.
Yeah.
And like that's dope. I love seeing it. There's definitely people that I feel like they're in their head. They're like, I make this guy tell me jokes.
Yes. Yeah.
you know, like you should see the
the
talented people I make come here and do stuff for me in my building.
Yeah, he's the clown. I
Yeah.
get to be entertained by him, but I'm not going to let myself actually be entertained.
Real talk.
I think there's a lot of young people with like European or Asian, like I think tech billionaire, like the children of billionaires live in these places too.
For sure.
I think, and I'm just like, what is your, I like.
Yo, as wild as that's them slumming it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
he wouldn't let me get Manhattan, so I'm in Brooklyn.
I'm in Brooklyn.
When I was leaving that night, I put all my gear on a luggage cart. Like I have a system for these shows, and I'm like, I gotta move this cart slow because stuff can fall off.
Yeah.
It's like easy for things to like whatever, and I want to keep people safe. Like if I knock into your ankle, like it'll
for
hurt.
sure, that
So
hurts.
I gotta be careful. And I'm getting off the elevator, and these two young girls, probably 20-something girls, are trying to get in. We don't speak the same language, so it's hard to communicate. And I'm like slowly trying to get away. One of them grabbed the cart and like yanked it out, and then yanked it down the corridor to get out of her way because she had all these shopping bags. And I'm just like, oh, like I'm sorry, like I'm sorry I got in your way.
Trying not to hurt you.
Yeah, I'm trying to like keep you safe. And I was just like, oh yeah, these are not people that are used to being inconvenienced. It's really hard for me to not feel like the help on these things.
Yeah.
But it's like I also booked the gig. I asked
bro.
for the gig.
They got the money.
And it's like it's just part of life. And it's part of this line of work in general too. Like there's just going to be people. I mean, that is what it is. They hired a clown.
Yeah.
Like make them laugh.
Make them laugh.
And get over myself.
I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I think it's good to see if your jokes work with different people.
Yeah.
I also secretly think it's a fun way to try to tell jokes that they don't understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And see if I get them to laugh at the wrong parts and not realize I'm making fun of them.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a good test.
There's a joke I was doing for a while that's basically a nod to QAnon, and there are places I've done that joke where they are applauding raucously for the wrong reason.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, he feels the same way we do. And I'm like,
he gets, I like this guy.
I'm being ironic. Like,
oh, man. Real
Yeah.
talk, man. You don't got to be smart to be rich.
that's true.
You know what
That
I mean?
is true. But yeah, we got a few minutes left here. What you got anything coming up you want to make sure the people know about?
I am consistently torn back and forth between investing further in my career and quitting. And tune in. See
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happens every week.
I like that. That's quite a cliffhanger.
Real
I
talk.
was gonna say you got a weekly on Sundays down in Brooklyn.
I do. It's a fun show. If you're in BK, pop in.
Have you been shooting these pieces?
I have not. I haven't been there in 3 weeks because I've
Okay.
had like road work. But
Yeah.
I am there. I would say for half of them, and I try out new material. Come see me, bomb.
Yeah.
But those pieces will be good later.
Yeah.
You want to see me try new stuff out and literally not know how it's gonna go? Every Sunday, Bar Bayou and Flatbush. That's me.
Nice.
It's 9:00, and if I'm not there, the other comics are incredible. As I produce it with the homie Max Fine, Maddie Weinberg, Weiner. Wow, I'm bugging out. Lauren and Sean Anthony. So yeah, come check it out. Dope comics. Literally like people all from like the Cellar, the Stand, and TV stuff and all of that. If you're into it, they're all really funny, is what I'm saying. We try out new jokes. And we book really solid comics so that it's not just 5 comics bombing in a row. It's usually one of us trying something new, and then like a bunch of really polished comics that love us coming out to just kind of try out, stay like sharp.
Yeah, your lineups. I've been looking at them. They're pretty insane for a show like that in your neighborhood. You got to go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Speaking of new material. After this month, after these apartment shows are done, I'm thinking about getting back to the daytime mics. There's some daytime mics here in Bushwick, a tiny cupboard. Also, I was doing West Side Comedy daytime mics early on in the pandemic, and I'm thinking about getting back to them because this special, I think it's going to be on Comedy Dynamics. Probably not soon. It might be a few more months. So please do follow me on Instagram so you know when this special is coming out. But I'm just like, damn, I got to get to work on what I want to talk about next. So, yeah, come see me fail. No, don't come see me fail open mics, but yeah, come to a show.
I'm in that place right now. I've been debating on how to like discuss it, but essentially like I'm thinking of kind of like showing everyone the process of starting with no jokes. And I'm trying to figure out how to document that in a way that I think y'all would find cool.
Yeah.
But I might do that. You know what I mean? You'll see.
I like it.
I got something cool I'm working on in my head. I just don't want to reveal it is what I'm getting at. But yeah, I'll talk about it with y'all soon.
Which is another reminder to stay tuned. Keep watching. If you're invested in our careers or not, just see what the hell happens next.
Real talk.
And then I'll mention again, October 10th, New York City premiere of Tom Dustin, Portrait of a Comedian, a documentary I worked on about comedy. It's going to be playing on October 10th, big premiere night with a Q&A with the director, Joe List, and Ron Bennington and Tom Dustin himself after we watch the film at the Village East Cinemas. Should be super fun.
Bunch of really funny people. Oh, I just turned my hat around. My bad. This is all the same day.
Oh, my gosh. I took my hat off. No, I'm not going to take it off. I got these headphones. I got to monitor sound.
Put it back for editing.
Yeah.
There you go.
You guys, that's the show. This is what we do every week. Tune in. Tell a friend. If you have a new parent friend or a new comic friend, who cares? Just let's get some people listening. And
we talking.
Yeah. Peace.
One.